A total of 210 passengers on the plane mysteriously died. Strangely, none of the passengers had any visible wounds. Nick walked up to a little girl. Her face was pale, and her skin had no elasticity. There were no signs of struggle inside the plane. Their deaths were filled with eerie mystery, but under ultraviolet light, the entire plane was covered in unknown traces. It was clearly left behind by some kind of creature. As Nick walked through the cabin, one passenger's hand suddenly twitched. At that moment, his colleague Nora also noticed that the cockpit door, which should have been locked from the inside, was actually open. Nora cautiously stepped inside. The pilot showed the same symptoms as the passengers outside. Just as she leaned in for a closer look, Nora was startled by three people suddenly standing up. Hearing the commotion, their teammates rushed toward the cockpit. These four turned out to be the last survivors. After all the bodies were removed from the plane, medical staff placed them in isolation, since a super virus couldn't be ruled out. At this point, a piece of cargo in the hold caught George's attention. The box looked like a coffin for some massive creature. However, when they had the box laid down and opened it, they found it completely empty.
Look. It's a latch. Why would anyone put a latch on the inside?
Nick didn't have time to think it through. He had to deal with the ruthless media right away, so he told his colleague George to keep an eye on the box. Unexpectedly, that task would cost him dearly. After Nick and the others left, George suddenly heard a strange sound in his ears. He asked his coworkers if they heard it, but everyone shook their heads. He followed the sound step by step, eventually reaching the back of the warehouse. The source of the sound was this black object on the ground. As George moved closer to take a look, a tall figure suddenly rose up. Then a bizarre tube extended toward him, draining the blood from his entire body. Meanwhile, in a pawn shop dozens of kilometers away, an old man seemed to sense something. He drew a silver sword, then sat down in a chair, as if recalling something from the past.
He's back. I don't know if I have the strength to do it all over again.
As the old man muttered to himself, the heart inside a container began to beat eerily. He cut his finger and let his blood drip into the container. Immediately, the heart seemed to come alive. Then the old man went to the airport, planning to find Nick and work with him. He knew this was the best chance to wipe out the vampires. If they missed it, the consequences would be unimaginable. But after many twists and turns, when he finally found Nick, Nick's attitude made him impatient.
I have seen this disease before. I have faced it before. You must contain it.
You've seen it before.
I assure you, we're taking every available precaution.
You're not. You can't.
Clearly, Nick didn't believe what he was saying, and the old man was detained for illegally carrying a weapon. He knew that if this opportunity was lost, the entire world would once again fall under vampire rule. For now, he could only place his hopes on Nick, but things had already gone far beyond his expectations. All the strange events were part of a trap set by the vampires. How would George and the old man fight back? With the vampires holding absolute dominance, who could possibly save humanity on the brink of extinction?